Alrighty, hello people of the internet, it is I, Solar Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today, the ORT battle continues. With Section 22, Those Who Rule the Planet. No battle bar, no battle node for the first arrow. Let's begin. Don't remember how many bars. It's probably the same 10 fucking bars again, which is going to be annoying. ORT's on the move again. It's still headed for Mexico City. Damn it, the odds are already stacked against us. We won't stand a chance if it absorbs the sun, too. We have to stop it from reaching Mexico City, no matter what. But then we can't do that, can we? I think our only choice here is to change our strategy and make a hasty X. Nope, don't care if it's impossible. I'm doing it. No matter what, I'm gonna keep attacking. That's the most intense stare you've given me. Come on, technical advisor, say something. True, we can't deny the impossible, which is why we're going to follow Doomsday's orders and keep attacking. Advice and keep attacking. So I want you to keep the remote summons up from here. Make sure to take a 5-minute break every half an hour. Gordy, maintain a 2-kilometer distance from ORT at all times. Kadok, man the machine gun and shoot down any seeds that try to come after us. Mash, if you deploy at this distance, you'll never make it back, so no fighting ORT for a while. You stay here and keep the shadow border safe with Kadok. I agree. Even if we can't stop ORT from reaching Mexico City, we should keep hitting it as much as we can. Less bars? Okay, that's good. Not just to keep acquiring combat data, but to increase our chances of victory in the battle to come, even if only a little. I swear I'm surrounded by idiots. Alright then, take your motion sickness pills now while you still can. If you thought my driving was wild before, you're in for a shock now. To pay you. The seatbelts won't fit you, so grab a railing. Of course, I hope to stay with you for as long as I possibly can. Let's do this. Foreigner. New abilities. Galactica Supercell. When the development of a storm cell, you may sustain damage during battle. You may be able to counter it by using skills that nullify attacks. Paradigm Shift. Skills used in front of ORT get allies, and some effects get imitated. Especially some of the effects that ORT applies itself will intensify. Paradox Cancer. High frequency of self-purification breaks down to buffs and turns them into attack. And Dark Matter Plankton again. Okay, that's terrifying. Remove. A squad. Fall back. Melt, you are not going in there. Foreigner. Class enemy. Alter Ego is the proper designation to go against this. Sitanai. I must do what is necessary to put this beast down. That is some music. When debuff, remove 3 debuffs, increase attack based on the number successfully removed. When the enemy or yourself activates a skill buff and attack, a portion of the buff effect can be duplicated and applied to yourself. It's only buff attacks. Is that it? Buffing attacks. Okay, so you only buff attack buffs. Arts effectiveness. Nothing happened. Save those 2 skills. Oh, you can buff my shit. That's terrifying. Less bars, more HP is harder to kill. I like the BAQs. It gives the most... It is one of the most effective chains you can do. A BAQ. I do not know why I did not use the buff... Oh, shit. It just got 3 attack buffs. Everything missed, except for 1. That's stupid. That's annoying. Shouldn't you do quick Arcs Buster for more damage? No. Buster going first would be the more... what would be the better damage values. You say that as I'm doing the chain, man. You said that as I do the chain. I've not used Satanai that much, so that's my excuse here. I've not really used Satanai that much before, so... good to know. Oh, you fucker. We did half the damage. Half the HP was dealt as damage. That's good. Are you going to change classes again? You don't change classes. Or it's just bad luck that you became a foreigner again. Either it doesn't change, or it's just terrible luck here. Lip. For those on YouTube, I'm a dum-dum and forgot to reset FGO, so you missed out on me using 2 of Lip's skills. Or 1 of Lip's skills, because it reset. Okay. Trash and Crush. The attack boost was copied. Oh, our expression does not look good. Our expression did not look good there. That was an attack. Lip might be hard-pressed to survive another round. Lip is going to be very hard-pressed to survive another round. Buster Blast. Fuck. If it didn't have that Galactica Supercell, we might have been able to break the bar. Archer. Do I have any... I don't have any low rarity archers left. I think this calls for Berserker power, then. I do not... Gareth. Yeah, Gareth. Gets a cinematic break of a bar, then I'm happy with that. That's all I can really say. How the way Gudo's face is with every break. Yeah, it's a little bit disturbing. Battle continuation. Do that. The MP buff does nothing, but the attack buff, when damaged, could do a lot. Do that because it does not copy defense boosts. BAQ. 66, 54, 42. Okay. So long as Gareth survives this turn, we have this. Bar broken. She survives. Gareth, break that bar. And I salute you. Okay, still only 1.2 million. That's good. You apply a buff block just so people can't cheese this shit. Buster at the end of... Okay. I honestly didn't realize that. Honest to goodness, did not realize that Mighty Chains applied the so Buster's at the end is good. Okay. That is honestly really good information to know. A battle node. Or no battle node. Okay. Break. That's fine. A little bit of a break from the stress of this fight is not unappreciated. Mexico City. Right. A storm is coming. A storm bent on reclaiming its heart, the sun, and destroying the world. Every surviving Oklahoma gathered in Mexico City. The tree of emptiness seeds ravaged those living in the settlements scattered across the jungle. Mexico City was the last hope of those unable to fight. It was the last bastion of safety when all others fell. The warrior Oklahoma took up their firearms and went to war with the seeds flocking outside Mexico City. Now the seeds are gone. The storm is approaching. Even an hour ago, they could see the storm approaching from Mictlan's lower strata with their own eyes. They saw fierce gusts tearing away trees from the ground, a rainbow light that tore animals apart from inside out, and an enormous flying saucer nearly as big as the city itself. The Oklahoma understood that remaining in Mexico City meant death. They knew their only hope of survival was to evacuate at once and pray for the storm to pass. Even so, not one of them chose to flee. What are you idiots thinking? What do you expect to do with those weapons? Can't you see that monster? It's coming for the sun. Mexico City is finished. Just come with me. We'll run away. Hell, you should be honored if you Oklahoma gave the chance to serve as a priest's bodyguard. Oh, you're moving further into the city. Are you really so desperate for battle? Damn it all, I came all this way only to learn the Oklahoma were even more useless than I could have imagined. Fools, listen to me, damn you. Fighting that thing will make no difference. Mictlan will never be yours. Tezcatlipoca and the crypto are your last hope, and they're nowhere to be seen. Who are you even fighting for at this point? Did Kali order you to do this, or are you trying to protect the city for your king? No, not for king. Well, you can speak my language. Uh-huh. Finally learned. That's why I understand you now. We know fight for king. Fight for city. Fight for Mictlan. We want keep living in Mictlan. Want be smarter. Want children laugh more. That why we fight. Not for God. For our world. If destroy altars, sun go back there. You only just claim control of the sun, and you want to send it back to Chechen Itza. It's not that they don't understand ORT. In fact, they understand it perfectly. They know they're all going to die here. And they're still trying to protect the sun, even though it won't benefit them at all. Why would a youngster like you know? You've barely been around for 300 cycles. Well, why are you even telling me this? As far as I'm concerned, you apes are. Me no. You bad dinos. You betray dinos who escape here. But no hate you. You always want live. Most dinos no see us, but to you, we rivals. You only one. So hard. Must hurry. That's not going to do anything, you damn ape. You don't even know how it works. Get out of the way. The altars are just for decoration. Remember the stone you stole from Chichen Itza? The sun's drawn to that. Yes, that's it. Give it here. I'll put it back where it came from. Good. Now we go fight too. Me give you this. Exchange for carrying stone. Chosen by fate. Ooh. What is this? An ape skull? I guess I'll make for a decent snack. Me already lucky be chosen by fate. If you get chance, pass on to next hero. Wait, damn it. Aren't you even going to say goodbye? What's your name? Even you apes have names, right? Have name. Kwau Temak. Given by king, not god. Name sound heroic. Given by great father. I'm not even going to look up that name because you want to go off to die, be my guess. You may be an idiot, but I'm not about to mock your free spirit. You and I are the same in that regard. I'm about to return something I helped steal in the first place. I doubt anyone else has ever done something so idiotic in the entire history of Mictlon. Oh, this is so infuriating. I don't think I ever realized it before, but in some ways I'm every bit as reckless as you. And so the priest flew for Chichen Itza, cursing the young Axolotl all the while. Neither knew that Quahetolmec, which means descending eagle, was the name of the last Aztec king from proper human history. A valiant young ruler who assumed the throne in Spain-occupied Tenochtitlan after Moctezuma II died. He fought back against the invaders to the last with only a few hundred of his subjects by his side. Okay, so they're getting the sun away. That's good. Okay, so that's 30 minutes. Unless you want to die of hypoxia, take a break to catch your breath. 6 kilometers to go until ORT reaches Mexico City. It's going to breach the walls in about 5 minutes. The Axolotl are doing their best to drive it back, but with their weaponry... Damn, I knew it wouldn't be enough. How much stronger is that thing going to get once it takes back its heart? Speaking of its heart, the sun, I think it's moving. Don't even take a breath. You're right, it is. Is that tiny heat source the solar sojourn? It's moving towards Chichen Itza. Those byways belong to Vakub. Seems he's carrying it back there. Wait, really? I don't know what caused this change of heart, but we're saved. If the sun goes back to Chichen Itza, then we can defend it with the storm border. The problem is, ORT's gaining on him. He's not going to make it. It's only a matter of time until Supercell swallows the solar sojourn whole. If Vakub really is carrying it, that'll be the end. The sun will never make it all the way back to Chichen Itza. Pterosaur are lightning fast, but I think carrying the solar sojourn is slowing him down. ORT is moving faster than Vakub can fly. In another minute, he'll be caught up in the storm. Are there truly no gods willing to help here in Mictlon? ORT's about to reach Mexico City's perimeter. The Axolotl defenders have retreated to the city center. They're putting up a valiant fight, but... Of course they're gonna fight. They're not gonna give up. It doesn't matter what age you're from. Wanting to protect your home from invaders, whatever they are, is the most human impulse in the world. Hang on. What's going on with the heat sources in the city? Is it just me, or are they unusually hot? I'm detecting a huge amount of magical energy all throughout Mexico City. It's a divine sphere class sphere origin signal. Tenochtitlan. It's not like anyone will still be there. Who'd want to protect a home that they have no attachment to? That's fine for me. The middle of a deserted city should be a perfect place to disappear after watching Mictlon's final moments. No way. Couldn't believe the report my senses. Axolotl were flocking together everywhere I looked. Their cheers were so loud it felt like they were going to shatter my eardrums. Not one of them fled. They all banded together and armed themselves to hold the invader off as best they could. I want to stay in this place as long as I can. I want to live in this beautiful city. Forever. They were downright jubilant to fight for their home. But that doesn't mean they weren't afraid. They were all prepared to die in this battle. There's no way we'll make it home alive. This place will be our grave. Even so, we're going to fight. Even if no one is left, the time we spent here and the joy we experienced here is still worth fighting for. This isn't a fair fight between two groups of living beings. It's a fight to protect what they love from a literal flying disaster. This will be their last battle, a battle to protect the home they valued as much as their own lives. Moving spirit origin into twin temples, transforming waterways into magical circuits, injecting spirit core into ignition constellation. Mamal Huatzil. What in the world are they thinking? Do they think dying in battle will get them into heaven? Yeah, they probably do. Beliefs like that are common in the Aztec world. Anyone could be worthy as long as they died fighting. Might very much made right, no matter who that might belong to. But that only applied when warriors were fighting other warriors. Those who died in accidents or from illness were sent to different underworld. Only Tezcatlipoca's paradise would welcome those who died in disasters or of natural causes. And Tezcatlipoca isn't here anymore. Now that he's dead, there's no god left to save them. Guess it means it's up to me, then. Can't believe it. Did you think I was some earnest to vault, joyless stick-in-the-mud teacher's pet? Don't make me laugh. I just want to avoid hassle as much as I can. I'd rather avoid anything strenuous if I can help it. I hate doing anything that doesn't benefit me. And yet, I definitely can't fight anymore. Just turning my head hurts. All the same. Dual God Combination System Amateotl. Authorized. Activating part of the city. Get the hell out of my city, you goddamn invader. Snap. Is that Tenochtitlan's noble phantasm? It's even bigger than when she fought us. For that matter, no way, the entire city is her noble phantasm. She is the spirit of the city. She's holding an ORT back. Oh, she looks just like a bucket wheel excavator. Yes, that is Talalak, the largest and most awe-inspiring piece of heavy machinery in all of human history. Go, bucket wheel excavator, go! You said it, Soul. There is no other digging machine quite like a monstrous 200-meter bucket wheel excavator. I don't think Tenok Titan looks anything like one, and I bet she's really pissed off if you heard you guys call her that, but I do know what you mean. But now's not the time to be geeking out over heavy machinery. Gordy, Mikver, Shinitsa. While Tenok Titan buys his time, we're going to follow the sun. This time, we'll throw everything we've got at ORT in the second underworld. Destroying the arms. It didn't take long for me to run out of steam. I really only managed to put up a decent fight at the start. Unable to stop my gears from spinning, the pillars that made up my arms crumbled back into stone. The Yomatal is me. What wounds the city also wounds me. It hurts, it hurts! Tears of pain sting at my eyes as I scream. Furious regret that I didn't stop sooner slams into me like a ton of bricks. The moment my soul weakens, the city will be reduced to rubble. How pathetic. I couldn't even last a minute. What was the point of making my stand? I'm such an idiot. All I got from my efforts were pain and a sense of powerlessness. I can't protect anything. I couldn't in ages gone by, and I couldn't here in this Lostbelt either. This has been nothing more than an agonizing reminder of that failure. But just as I was about to collapse... The tears spilled down my cheeks as I began openly sobbing. Furious, mystified joy that never fled crashed over me like a wave. They're protecting me. Me, the city that was never defended. Me, the city that never truly fought to protect itself. Me, the city once occupied by foreign invaders, then buried beneath the earth for not suiting their cultural tastes. No, I'm not buried yet. Not as long as there are still people here who want to live. Maybe I can't stop you. Maybe the best I can do is slow you down for 2 minutes, not just 1. But that doesn't mean I'll give up. I rebuild my arms again and again as many times as it takes to protect their son, their dreams. My name is Tenok Titan. I'm the magnificent floating city worshipped by the greatest warriors. I'm the heart of the Aztec world, and I'll keep coming back no matter how many times I die. Okay. Tenok Titan is rising up the respect meters now. She definitely is worthy of respect. She's going to end up high on the level up order docket once I'm done with this Lostbelt, because now I've got a good feel for her character. I will probably be eating dinner here soon. Oh, that's a scene. Right, of course, I should have realized that could happen. ORT is gone now. It changed course and kept going without so much as a second thought. To it, we must have been nothing more than pebbles along the road. The bastard. But I guess it's okay. That means, well, the sky is clearing up. I can hear voices beautifully celebrating their victory. Half the city is destroyed. There are only a few Aklamas left. Soon all of Miklan will be gone too. Even so, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I could protect your world. I may have fought reluctantly right to the end, but it was all worth it to see this. Goodbye, my city. Goodbye, my people. Goodbye, nosy Nitocris. As you can see, I have no more heat, no more regrets in my heart. This is as far as my dreams for the city goes. With this, Hummingbird falls back down the Lake of the Moon. I think that's going to be the thumbnail for this one. That was one way for her to go out. She definitely has earned respect. Another no battle node. Okay. Here we go. I think I passed out standing up. We're about to leave the 5th stratum and enter the 4th stratum, which means we're coming up on the 2nd underworld. So far we're chasing ORT, but now we're taking the lead. Still too soon to go on the attack, though. Remain on standby and wait for instructions from the Storm Border. So the Storm Border's figured out a way to do something about the supercell, huh? That might improve the odds a bit. The sun's passing through the second underworld now. We can ensure it reaches Tuchinitsa safely by slowing ORT down in combat. The sun will never move further than the third stratum, so I suggest you not operate under the assumption we have another opportunity in the second or first. The second underworld is the last place we'll be able to muster our full strength, which makes this our final stand. Soul. I'm fine. I can do this all day. No, never mind. I only called to you because I was tense. Don't mind me. Just focus on preparing for the next battle. Please, don't push yourself too hard. Not that being a non-combatant, I have any business saying so. Thanks to pay you. Alright, we've entered the Obsidian Mountain Range. Be careful not to bite your tongues. Damn it, what was Sion thinking? How am I supposed to drive up the peak of a hellish mountain path like this? So you know Benny and Mess will be waiting for us, along with the command room's plan for dealing with the supercell. And that's our plan, at least in theory. It has an 80% chance of success. Do you foresee any problems with it? Do I? I don't see anything but problems with it, Chirp. How can you expect me to do all that? I'm just an ordinary improprietess. I'm with Benny and Emma here. Just what do you think we are, anyway? How could you treat me like this after you asked me to walk all the way here from my own underworld? Right, of course you'd feel that way. I know it's a lot to ask, but there just isn't any other way. Will you help us? No, I'm out. I'm going back to the first underworld. Guardians die if they leave their underworld, you know. The only reason I'm not already gone is that I'm the strongest guardian around. But if this nonsense is the best you can come up with, I'd rather fight ORT in the first underworld. There, I can take it down, no problem. After you, Soul, and everyone else, they are long gone, obviously. Professor's plan is reckless, Chirp, but your idea smells like losing one too, Protea. That being said, this plan will never work unless you agree to it. I could try to do it myself, but I'd hesitate at the crucial moment, Chirp. Well, good, the Shadow Border's here. The only problem is I still haven't convinced the Guardians to help. Would you please try talking to them, Master? Maybe discussing this in person will help. Oh, they finally made it. Scrambling up these mountains must be hard for such puny humans. Perfect timing. Let's hear what Mash and Soul have to say. Chirp. Maybe they've got a better idea in mind. Hey, you two. Sorry to... Man, it's good to see servants we can count on again. Play that heartstrings. Okay, Benny and Emma, let's go with Caldea's plan. I can stand to see him like this. I agree, Chirp. I've already made my peace with this. Now I'm especially glad I've been training since I became a guardian, Chirp. What? It's nothing. Now you stay in that little car of yours. If I see you walking around trying to act all chipper right now, I might just have to squish you. I'd love to make you a delicious dinner, but I'm afraid that'll have to wait until a little later, Chirp. Just make sure you wash your hands thoroughly first. No matter how tired you are, good habits are still important, Chirp. I don't know what brought on this change of heart, but whatever it is, I'm grateful for it. Alright then, Shadow Border Group, I'd like you to remain on standby here. Once ORT reaches the second underworld, Benny-Emma and King Protea will execute our counterattack plan. Trismegistus II has analyzed the organ generating the supercell. So our plan is to pretty much grab it and hack it to pieces. Grab the supercell organ and hack it to pieces. Sounds like a plan to me. So exhausted I agreed to the plan on the spot. But now I think about it, this is like 90% of me, right? Don't you think it's awful of them to make a girl do heavy labor like this? There's no such thing as men's work or women's work. There's just the right person for the job, Chirp. Benny-Enma! No men's work, no women's work, just the right person for the job. Whatever you can do to help, that's what you should do. And if it lines up with what you want to do, even better. And in that sense, it was exhilarating to see you agree so quickly. And I was a little worried knowing how rebellious you became as an alter, but I like you even more, Chirp. Don't bother, I'm not here to make friends. More importantly, don't you think it's time you went through alterization yourself? At that size, you'll only pass judgment on human opponents, right? Alright, very well then. I renounce my spirit of servitude, Chirp. No matter how tasty the food served in the guest chamber may be, it will still lack true flavor. Behold, the ultimate colorful, sharp-edged flame knife. The Benny that I wish we could get! As terrifying as a ghostly wail. a scorching, the wintry sun. Where Benim and the vermilion bird is needed, there she will go. Where the hell did that come from? Alright, the plan couldn't be simpler, but let's go over it to be sure. You grab hold of the enemy and stop it from spinning, then I slice the organ creating the storm in half. A galactic supercell. That sounds like quite the storm indeed. However, my sword mountains have a range of 4 Ri. They can easily cut a storm down to size. I see. You know our opponent is immortal, right? Got a plan for that? If our opponent cannot die, then I will simply apply the concept of death to them. She's fooling a King Hassan! As a matter of fact, first Hassan taught me a secret angel technically. He's here. Somehow, someway, first King Hassan is here. How? Is he here in his authority as a grand servant? An angel technique. That's an angel technique as well. It will only work on the part of my sword mountains cut off, but I will make absolutely sure to kill it. Like, seriously? Well, whatever you do, don't accidentally cut me with that move or I'll haunt your ass forever. As if you would ever become a ghost out of the Sarayashiki haunted plate house. Worry not, I have no sword capable of cutting friends. Our job is to wait for the opportunity, then create a new one. As soon as the crew of the Shadow Border can make ORT falter for a moment, we make our move. Yeah, I don't want to have to do any more mass summonings, but there's nothing I can do about that. So make sure you stop ORT, even if just for a second, Soul. We'll take it from there. I'll show you what an Underworld Guardian can do when we mean business. Man is the ultimate troll. Hey, how long is a Ri anyway? 4 kilometers! If a servant can grant the concept of death, do they qualify for Grand Assassin? That's a question. Saber. Okay. So we need Archer. Uriel. Let's go. Battle. For those on YouTube, you missed nothing. I just almost launched the NP without showing you guys it. Screen, and if this is like the weakest ORT possible, I wonder how full power would be. I do not even want to know how strong full power ORT would be. But yeah, none of Uriel's skills will be worth anything in this fight. Her third skill might, but I do not have that unlocked. So yeah. I mean, just her doing almost 200,000 points of damage is impressive on its own. Bunny Toria will go in when Mash goes in. I can promise you that, Larvae. Okay. We get one more attack in. And then we're dusted. What is our expression? Expression is still pained. I don't want to waste an attempt. Hey, Deante, welcome to the stream. Happy things. Alright, Uriel managed to take out almost a quarter of its HP. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, I will throw in solo Bunny Toria if I'm paired up against a Berserker. Because Berserker is one of the harder classes to have to deal with here. Lancer. Bedivere. Okay. He's a 3-star. Berserker does too much damage to my own servants. Okay, that's not a big deal. Wait, did you gain different effects now? No, it's just any buff to an attack. Okay, that's fine. Oath of Protection for a bit of defense. Do that. Yep, saw that coming. I think my dinner is yep, my dinner is here, so I will be taking a I'll be running upstairs here to go and retrieve my dinner. So let me just do Buster Blast. I will not see how much damage I do. Okay. I am back. I'm back. And I have dinner. I have dinner. Okay, how much damage did we do? We did about 300k. That's not bad at all. 300k is not bad at all. And I do level quite a few servants, though. I still have not used most of my 5 stars. So, I've got a pretty decent roster to go. Oh, that. Oku is stealing all of your AP. Oh, you're doing the Oku thing. That's cool. Oku was a fun event. Alright. This will be Betty's last turn. Still didn't do that bad. Betty did not do that bad at all. Berserker! Alright, Larvae. The promise shall be fulfilled. Where is she? Bunnytoria. You specifically called for Bunnytoria. I will bump Ruler Scotty up a point. As soon as I'm done eating. Bunnytoria is not doing them as bad. And she's wiped by the passive. That's hilarious. That's kind of funny. Caster. Medusa. An occasional cameo in the Gouda Goudas. They've really done Medusa dirty. Are you only stuns? Technically, no. Didn't happen, though. True. Do have FSN for her. Never played Hollow Atraxia. Never have I ever played it. But I mean, even in FSN, she gets treated dirty quite a lot. I'm sure she does better in Heaven's Feel, but I've not made it to Heaven's Feel yet. That is my next intended route, though. I'm just worried because when I completed the Fate route, it said something about new route unlocked, so I'm worried that the Heaven's Feel route has not been unlocked yet, and I'll be forced to take Unlimited Blade Works, which is my favorite route. You fought well, Medusa. Okay. We're out of AP. That's hilarious. It's a tough decision, but I think I'm going to use one of my very valuable golden fruits. I've only got 907 of them. I've got to save them, but I think this calls for one. Okay. I think if it lets me use MASH, then we can do this. Quick start getting each turn, thank you. I couldn't remember that I had 2 max limit brokens. I hope the sound of me eating does not disturb anybody, by the way. But I'm honestly starving. Okay. BAQ. Because Koyan's not going to do much. This is all for MASH. Good. I'm honestly surprised Mole survived. Nice. Almost 200k. Alright. It's another bar broken. No battle node. We stalled ORT for a second. Go, Torte and Benny, go. I saw you flinch there, ORT. Deploying Serial Phantasm. My fingers enclose the world. Here comes a frothy ocean of milk, releasing ultra-dense ether liquid. Yeah, I know. It'll just roll right off you, right? Won't it? Guess I'll have to grab hold of what we're after myself, won't I? Ah, you're not going anywhere. Now, Betty, do it. It's that much bigger than Protea? Holy cow. Protea's giant, and this thing is even bigger. Understood. Well done, Protea. Now leave the rest to Daigurin, my blade that can cut the boundary between life and death. Mountain Blades heed my call. Send these galactic storm clouds on their way. Okay. Whoa, that was one hell of a shake. Did they do it? They did, confirming the galactic supercell is shut down. ORT hasn't slowed down, but now we can go for the next fight with an advantage. Good, that's our first objective complete. Alright, everyone, back on the border. We're going to make our way to the third stratum and deal as much damage to ORT as we can along the way. According to Just Majesty II, if we can destroy about 60% of ORT's outer shell, we can then blast it with the Stormborder's main cannon at point-blank range to erase it for good. Hang in there, Soul. We're in the home stretch now. This is an all-out battle, and the second underworld will be the last. What about Protea and Enma? Don't worry, I heard from both of them. King Protea said she's going to relax in the ocean of milk and that the rest is up to us now. Enma said she would send us away from the underworld's tallest mountain. Apparently, neither of them are going after ORT again, so they don't get turned into crystal. Of the Stormborder's primary cannon ready to fire. Oh yes, thanks to Reshkigel's incredible valor in the Thunder Underworld, they've had time to get 2 engines running in parallel. They can fire the primary cannon at any time. All that's left now is to wear ORT down as much as we can. Excuse me. Right, as soon as ORT has damage enough for the Stormborder to destroy it, as Tristan Majesty II calculated, we'll make a mad dash for Chichen Itza. Please tell me they were telling the truth about Benny and Protea. They weren't. I'm so tired. As if making a trip to another underworld wasn't bad enough. Between these mountains shredding my skin to ribbons and my friends slicing me up along with the enemy, I'm done. I'm getting out of here, and I'm taking my ocean of milk with me. See you around, Benny and Enma. You did great, Protea. Your grappling would have given any sumo wrestler a run for their money, chirp. Who knows, if you had fought ORT in the first underworld, maybe you would have been able to finish it off with a backward belt throw worthy of a Yokozuna. Are you sure you want to disappear here, chirp? Wouldn't you rather say goodbye to him yourself? No need. He'd only get more depressed if he saw my invincible self all beat up like this. I don't care how fatigued he is from summoning servants. He's plenty used to that by now. Besides, I enjoy watching him suffer. I just can't stand seeing him trying to force a smile on top of all that. I hate that kind of false bravado. I don't want to see him clutching his chest every time ORT absorbs another servant, either. So instead, I'll disappear here, and that'll be that. What do you think? Nice and neat, no? I think I'll do the same. I'd hate for my master to see me at my worst. So I'm going to wave goodbye to everyone from up here. Luckily, I have plenty of flint to spare, chirp. At least they didn't get absorbed. That's kind of sad. Much like Uresh, they were destroyed. Or defeated. And we're back in it. Ryder. We are out of any... We have a lot of 3-star assassins that can go. Izo. Nope. I've got the wrong filter on. Or I've got a filter on. Let's go. Okay. So all you missed for those on YouTube is I activated Mind's Eye Fake for an evasion for the turn and crit strength for 3 turns, and ORT copied the crit strength up. I'm also going to do Decisive Battle power-up. Excuse me. Our expression looks even more intense now. Eyes wide, all that good stuff. Yeah, this is becoming a true battle of endurance. I don't think ORT is capable of laughing, Izo. If we can do at least a quarter, that'd be great. Crit strength buff. Yep. You can increase your strength against humanoids. That sounds like it would be a terrible thing. Q, A, B. Okay, we got at least a quarter of the HP down. Not bad, Izo. Not bad at all. Okay. What's its next class? Berserker. You know what? I was proven wrong that Berserker's a hard class to deal with. Rulers. are an excellent anti-berserker method. Astray, you're up. So caught up in the fight. So for those on YouTube, the only thing you missed is me using Astray's first skill for an attack and defense, an MB gain for one ally, which was not copied, and the Mana Burst Star for arts effectiveness for one turn and a large amount of crit stars, not copied. We're going to see if Decisive Battle power-up is copied. It is not. Awesome. We're going to do an arts chain since... no, we're not. We're going to do a proper Brave chain. Also, I need to bump Ruler Scotty up by 1 notch. Because she did get that point a little bit ago, and I am done eating. Ruler Scotty, where for art thou, Ruler Scotty? Okay, rulers are not good here. Astray just got rinsed. Did I not? I never put Ruler Scotty on here, did I? I'm an idiot. Yeah, I never put Ruler Scotty on the level up order doc. Unless I'm just blind as a bat, which is also very possible. So that's my bad. Assassin. Assassin. Ruler Scotty -1. Well, the thing is, Larvae, because Ruler Scotty was technically put up to number 1, even the -1 only puts her at 0, but she's still at the top of the order. Anyways, Assassin. Assassin. We have lots of casters. Cascu. Come on down, the price is right. Long... because of ORT, fuck this battle. Okay, Ku, my man, the myth, the legend. Remove debuffs, restore HP, and increase attack. Apply sacrifice that applies guts one time, then significantly increase for others, and offer yourself as a... Okay. So... we do not do that. Thankfully, that's not being copied. BAQ. Come on, Cascu. 74,000. That's not a lot. I think I'm getting less attack buffs, is what it is. And that's why the lower rarity servants are not smacking as hard. I think that's what it is. I think the attack buff is lowered. Because the 3-star servants used to be able to rinse one of these layers, but now they're kind of struggling. It would have been great if it copied the guts, or the sacrifice skill. Just saying. That would have been fantastic. Okay, we should be able to get it low enough where a coalition of berserkers should be able to break it. Or a berserker. It has an NP now. Lost Supernova. Jesus. That was an intense NP. And it seems like it's made to break people's phones. Okay. Cascu, you did a great job. Archer is the next class. Kyo. Finish ORT off. When it is on the last HP bar, I will do a proper data loss count. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Alright, Kyo. Burn it. Please. Burn this HP bar to the ground. 58. 32. 4. Good job, Kiyohime. 4 HP bars left. Jeez, that was like 100,000 point crit. That was overkill. It had something against Kiyohime there, I think. That was pure overkill. Musashi could be the only servant who is data lost twice now. True. Very true. Unless it doesn't let you use Musashi because she's already data lost, and you specifically cannot use data lost servants. Anyways, Saber. We're reaching into our 4-star stock now. Lancelot. Do good things, because she has very low opinion of Lancelot because of Galahad. Okay. Lancelot. Knight of Owner. Figured that would happen. Critster Gatherate. Decisive Battle Power Up. Saw that one coming too. Do I do an Arts Blast? He does not have any specific arts boosting stuff. And we do not need to loop his NP. Now he has an arts boosting stuff. I forgot that his NP boosted his arts. Bad, not bad. Let's heal him. Just so he might be able to survive a second round. And then QAB. Not bad, not bad. We should be able to reduce him down to half HP. The attack buff being removed might change that, though, but we'll find out here in a moment. We can reduce it to half. That's a victory, all the same. Oh, we barely got it. That Buster crit saved it in the end. Okay. So that was half of a bar, which really does not bode well the fact that now 4-star servants are not able to wipe a bar on their own. That's a fucking foreigner again. Shit. Amount of 4-star foreigners. Or, I'm out of 4-star alter egos, except for Taisui, but he is Melt Sun. Zufu is... I'm not going to sacrifice Protea either. Okitan, let's roll. Spoiler free. Completely spoiler free. That is the name of the game for me. Oh, you can copy the MP strength, that's fine. That can wait. Buster Blast. This is the power of the counter force helping out. I have to say, I am glad that it is restricting itself to the 7 base classes and Foreigner. Because if it started throwing, like, Avenger, Ruler, Alter Ego, and Moon Cancer out, I do not know if I would have as easy of a time here. So I'm very glad it's not throwing any of the extra classes except for Foreigner. Okitan might get the kill here. It doing that wastes a turn, and wastes an attack. I think Okitan's got the kill. Heal up, just for giggles. Do a Buster Blast. Come on. Come on. 59, 14, we got it. Okay. 3 bars. Left. Okay, we're nearly there. Just 3 bars. We still have some of our strongest servants remaining. Saber. Okay. So we need Archer power. I don't believe I have low rarity archers. So 4 stars are minimum. Chloe. Chloe. One turn buff. Hate that it sometimes copies and sometimes doesn't. Alright, give it a do. How much damage will Chloe do? That is the question. Over almost a 250,000 with 1 NP. Not bad at all. Okay. 1 debuff removed is fine. Full turn of evasion. And then QAB. One crit. That sucks. But that is a third of the HP down. And we have another NP loaded up and ready to go. I do not think we will get another one, though. But we're still gonna do as much as we can. If we can get at least half killed, that is good. At least half. It's gonna be close. We got half. That's good. The crit from that buster at the end, though, damn. That helped out a lot. We might get another turn. We get another turn. Okay. This is Chloe's final turn. She has been beasting it. 2/3 HP. Almost 75% of the total HP of ORT erased. That was good. That was very good. Chloe is an excellent servant. Alright, what is the next class? Rider. Okay. It's manageable. We still have some low rarity assassins, and it is pretty low on health. Excuse me. You. Fuma Kotaro. The final bar, we can bring out our A squad again. And just delete this fucker. Debuffs are not the right call here. So most of his moveset is kind of useless. Most of his skill set. Actually, no, he's got a 1-turn evasion, so that's pretty damn good. But the damage is kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie, Kotaro. Your damage values are kind of mid here. Give him a heal, so he doesn't die to burn. And then this. May be able to take out on this bar. No, it's looking increasingly like it's not going to happen. Damn. You know, NP might give him that edge. The NP might just give him the edge to take this bar. About to find out. Will Kotaro wipe this bar? Dun dun. I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, he's... Oh, that crit. Oh, so close, Kotaro. So close. Okay. Who to bring? I think Mash can take it. Mash can smash this bar. Yeah. Alright. Mash can break this bar. And then we're on the penultimate one. And you know what? There's no kill quite like overkill. Okay, penalty. It went up to 2 million? You've got to be kidding me. Why is it higher? Why does it have more HP? Why does it have more HP? Mash can kill. Mash is super good. Also, a no battle node. Interesting. Mash is a very solid servant if you treat her right. I've soloed beasts with Mash. I've just received word that the sun has returned to the altar in Chichen Itza. However, its output has fallen significantly. At its current rate, it'll be nighttime in an hour. That must be the Coob's doing. As long as they have the altar and solar sojourn, the sun will obey the priest's commands, and at least to some degree. He must have instructed the sun to decrease its output so it would be harder for ORT to find. Oh, damn, that was considerate of him. Guess he was a worthy rival to you, huh? Rival? Hardly. He's a much better priest than I ever was, since he's so naturally earnest. What a beautiful sunset. Even if the sun is artificial, I dare say the sunset is just as picturesque as any you'd see in proper human history. I never imagined this was how my dream to enter a safari rally would come true. Just goes to show you never know what life has in store. It was quite the underworld pilgrimage rally indeed. Please, don't try talking like me. It's rather embarrassing. Of course it's embarrassing. The Stormboarder just sent us another report. They've confirmed the 98% of all Miklan's indigenous life is dead. Now that the Tree of Emptiness seeds don't have anything left to attack, the 97% of those have killed themselves. At the moment, the only things still alive in this subterranean world are us, a few dinos, and ORT. And ORT won't be around much longer either. Yep, the Stormboarder's primary cannon has already begun its firing sequence. Solomon made you dislike MASH? That was like one of her most solid character moments, Larvae. Once ORT makes its way through the plains and into the jungle, we'll bring an end to this. As for the enemy, we'll have to face it afterwards. We can worry about her once we get back to the Stormboarder. I'm sorry for all the trouble our Cuckoo Locken is causing you. I know she's in a very difficult position. No, not at all. I can understand where she's coming from. Then wouldn't you hate Foe? Because Foe is the one that brought her back. I'm just kidding. In her capacity as the king of this Lostbelt, I don't know what she'll ultimately end up choosing. But I'm fairly certain the one thing she won't do is wipe all of you out. Personally, I'd like nothing more than her to move on from this Lostbelt and join on your... Oh? Are you hearing that toot to pay you? What's going on? Nobody told me to expect anything like this. What's with all these life signs? Is that another incident? Are there a Tree of Emptiness seeds gathered here? No, these signals are coming from dinos, and they're all headed this way. But how? I thought they all just scattered into the jungle. Ah, so that's what happened. I mean, I obviously love MASH, so, you know, I cannot hate her, and the way she was brought back, maybe it was a little cheap, but Foe did signify that technically we beat another beast. That's the only thing I really have to say about her being brought back, is that we beat another beast, and that beast sacrificed a lot of its energy in order to bring her back. Good grief, it's wonderful to see you all back in the city. But I can't believe you're still just chatting peacefully with an existential threat about to destroy Miklan. Is this just what fully mature intelligent beings are like? This isn't at all the future I'd imagined. No, I'm wondering if my real body out there resting between dimensions wasn't maybe a little too hasty with her choice. In fact, now I'm wondering if I was deceived. Maybe I should kill that shady Taoist after all. Oh, is that the Coob? Oh, things just got so much more interesting. Are you all still out here wasting your time? I assume the fact that you came back to Chichen Itza means you still care for it. But that monster is going to destroy Miklan even before the sun can explode. There are no living creatures left in or below the 4th stratum. Are you just going to roll over and let the same thing happen here, too? Show some spirit for once, dammit. Even the Aklama didn't go down without a fight. I know, but still. You make a good point, but that's pretty rich coming from you after you conspired to destroy Chichen Itza in the first place. Excuse me. Whether we fight or not, we're still going to be extinct. What's the point in making a stand? Acting without good reason is wrong. We can't waste our energy on pointless endeavors. Pointless? You are so... No, you're right. You're absolutely right. This isn't your problem. It's our problem. We were never going to change. Why would we? It's how we stay peaceful this whole time. No matter what happens, Miklan will be destroyed. I suppose it makes sense that we wouldn't change, no matter what form these final moments take. Don't be stupid. You're living beings, right? Of course you can change if you want. Sometimes you guys are so smart, you swing right back around to being dumb. Who's speaking? He's alive? Sorry, I was gone. His colleague shut up about every inch of me except my head, so regenerating took a bit. The king of dinosaurs, you're alive! I mean, thank goodness you're alive! I can't believe you don't see the point in acting or changing your mind just because the result will be the same. What are you, slaves? You're supposed to be dinosaurs. Seeing you so totally lacking ferocity is sickening. You should all be apologizing to the dinosaur fans who are so in love with your wild nature. Listen up, it doesn't matter if your actions don't end up changing a damn thing. As a species, you guys are strong and intelligent. You've long since gotten rid of anything wasteful or unnecessary in your lives. The Mala taught you that excess leads to conflict, tearing people apart instead of bringing them together. They weren't wrong. They've had the right idea for a long time. As a species, you guys became incapable of acting for purely selfish reasons, or just because you personally didn't like something. But this is your last day on Earth. No matter how selfishly you act, it won't change what comes tomorrow. Make all the mistakes you want today, because you're not going to have the chance to regret them tomorrow. I see, so nothing we do will have any lasting repercussions anymore. If nothing we can do can change anything, then that's all the more reason not to. Might not change anything, but that doesn't mean it'll be meaningless. Fighting to the death coming from you, even if it's a losing battle, isn't a waste. You still have a choice. You can let it all end the same way you'd end any other day, or you can rise up to meet that end. It might be stupid, maybe even a waste of energy, but just putting in that energy is meaningful. Meaningful? For whom exactly? I don't see how it could be meaningful for us. For something bigger than yourselves. You've been taught that ever since you were born. As of right now, your story doesn't have a single conclusion. You loved hearing about the other Lostbelts, right? Well, the people who lived in them didn't just disappear one day. Even when they had no hope of survival, they still went out fighting against the greatest enemy, Chaldea. You guys didn't laugh when you heard about that. You knew there were legitimate reasons for them to fight for how they wanted. Coming to terms with your extinction or fighting it to the very last are two very different approaches. If you think your story has a sentence, it's all about where you put the period. Remember, there's literally no tomorrow, so why not make fools of yourself for a change now? I see, you do make a good point. Yeah, never thought of it like that before. Hang on, how is a Triceratops picking up a gun? This is exactly why you're our king. Your speech had much more bite to it than the Coobs. Alright, if we're going to do this, then I guess I'll have to make use of NFF services. Yeah, how is a Triceratops wielding a gun? Why did they not animate that? Wait, what? I'll go with this oversized rifle. Recoil is going to throw off my aim. This design wastes a lot of kinetic energy in the explosion. Can anyone modify this gun? Bullets are useless against ORT. What if we repurposed our biowaves instead? That could work. I'm definitely sticking with bullets. The railgun uses opposing electromagnetic poles to fire them at much deadlier speeds than standard firearms. That's just a great image. I've always thought NFF service guns were lacking something, but in 15 minutes we can have them modified, stabilized, and ready for training. With a rocket launcher. Let's not bother with rockets that explode on impact. We need rockets that will penetrate ORT's armor and detonate inside it. He doesn't have a rocket launcher. Lies. While we're at it, we should make the whole rocket launcher bigger, too. Big enough to fill the rockets with bomblets. Da Vinci taught me the principle behind explosive ammo like that. Apparently it violates some kind of treaty in proper human history or something. Sounds rough. Can't believe it, how quick they're making advances. They might actually be the most dangerous species I've seen yet. You know, NFF services are really nice. Until now, I wasn't sure it had any purpose whatsoever, Koyanskaya. But you've proven yourself an avatar of salvation. Or at least, discovery. Can you show us even more weapons? This is the path. Evolution may be dangerous, but I certainly don't mind being needed in this fashion. I take it this means I'm your new object of worship? You're the living goddess? No, we already have a god. You're just a convenient means to an end. Worth a shot. Aw, poor Kogan. Aww. What, feeling left out yet again, Vakoob? Hey, I get it. It's freaky seeing them all band together with their half-baked ideas, thinking along more human lines. It's nothing like that. I wouldn't be part of that group even if they begged me. I'm nothing like those weaklings who change their whole approach after a few words from their king. Of course you are. You're all the same. The fact is, every one of you dinos who came back here did so because you were dying to do something. That something isn't fighting or even loudly proclaiming your existence. It's the desire to make your mark as a species. That's what drives you guys forward. Always was, always will be. Is that so? Then well, they're welcome to it. I'm just... What? What are you doing just standing around? Get ready now. You're gonna be my ride, right? Why do you think I became your king in the first place? We're doing this together, Vakoob. Hell, these dinos don't even know the first thing about fighting. Us hot-blooded types gotta lead the way or they'll never figure it out. Are they going towards the fourth stratum, towards ORT? They're all smiling and waving as they go by. 50, 60. Those are the dinos that survived the attack on Chichen Itza, and they're armed. Don't tell me they're planning on attacking ORT themselves. Storm border to shadow border. I believe you just passed a pack of dinos. Alright, Larvae. Thanks for coming by, man. It was nice chatting with you. Nice having you in the chat. I'm probably going to be done after this arrow, after ORT is defeated, even if there is still more to the Lostbelt, because I've been going for almost 4.5 hours. So yeah, thanks for coming by, Larvae. They may be armed, but we're not their target. They're heading out to attack ORT. The King of Dinosaurs informed us that they do not need our help. He instead urged us to focus on our mission. So I ask that you continue on your current path to the rendezvous with us as we originally planned. The primary cannon's firing sequence is complete. By our calculations, you should arrive at the storm border around the same time ORT enters our firing range. Be aware that whether our attack on ORT succeeds or not heavily depends on your arrival time. That is all. So we're not responsible... So this is another extinction we are not responsible for. We are not responsible for the genocide of the inhabitants of Nahui Mictlan. Preposterous, that can't be right. You must have only thought they were carrying guns. Dinos are wise and gentle. They're the ideal form of humanity. They may not be humans per se, but they embody the goal we should all be striving for. So why? Why would they go off to fight, especially when there's no reason for them to do so? We can destroy ORT all on our own. That's what we've been working towards this whole time. There's no point in them spilling their own blood here.
Gordy.
Gordolf, please keep your foot on the accelerator. I know you still have time, but you never know what might happen.
Also, this is where I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you all for everything.
Tepeyu, no!
Alright, do you have anything I can use as a weapon? Even something simple, like a knife will do.
You too, Tepeyu?
All of my fellow dinos have gone off to fight. I can't be the only one not to do so. I understand that to you this may seem like nothing more than us throwing our lives away, and I'm inclined to agree. By rights, we can and should be doing all in our power to avoid this battle. Be that as it may, this is the decision we finally arrived at. If I ignore it now, I can no longer call myself a dinos.
How about this? It's a submachine gun we keep on hand for emergencies. You're pretty small for a dinos, so you should be able to use it.
Of course, don't worry, I know how to use it. I'll only disengage the safety once I've left the vehicle. Goodbye.
Bye, Tepeyu. Wait, he has Mystic Eyes of Death Perception, and Benny put the concept of death on his ass. On ORT's ass. Tepeyu could actually do something.
Wait. Don't do this, Tepeyu. I know we have no right to stop you, I really do. But even so, I can't just stand by and let you do this. And not just you. All the dinos we've met here have been wonderfully peaceful and accepting people. So why would you all choose to fight now, especially when you know for certain you won't survive? We've been lucky enough to see so many different worlds over the course of our journey. Even if some of them made terrible mistakes or did awful things, nobody in those worlds deserved to die. And compared to them, you dinos are just so kind and wonderful. It's one thing not to be able to avoid your extinction, but why would you throw your lives away in a battle you know is as hopeless as it is meaningless? I'm shocked. I had no idea you harbored such anger, Mash. No, that's not right. You've just been through so much that your gentle nature was insufficient to restrain you. Dinos never considered anyone special. We were all equal in every way that mattered. That's why we never fought amongst ourselves. But I'm not like that. I place more importance on those I cared for. I remember how your eyes shone when Shikish told you about the ideal form of humanity you'd always imagined. But then, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you found yourself conflicted over her conclusion. People are all equal, their lives equally precious. No one should be given special treatment. But if so, then we shouldn't grieve anyone's death, because doing so would undermine that equality.
Yeah?
Right, everything Shikish said made sense, and I was moved by what she said about how everyone is precious. But in spite of that, I still found it difficult to accept her conclusion. If what she said was right, then we ought to treat the death of loved ones and strangers the same. And yet, back then Indeed, that is the key difference between you and us. And there are differences, Mash. It's inevitable. No two lives can be the same. It's okay for you to empathize with people you're close to more than those you're not. Part of human history's humanity has always sought connections and things that would bring joy to their lives. That's why you flourished. This may sound heartless, but in a truly equal world, you would end up just like us. It would lead to a world where there was no such thing as a special person. A world where I couldn't even save my one and only friend. Tepeyu, are you referring to... Yes, I wanted to save Shikish. I wanted to save her from being forced to stay in the same place for 6 million years, observing life in Mictlan, the one and only of her kind. But my efforts led only to discord and failure, to the point I hid myself away in an attempt to forget everything. I was resigned to my fate as just another unchanging Dinos. But then all of you showed up. Your tales of proper human history were all dangerous, but they were so wonderfully inspiring. I remember the shock I felt when you first wandered into my home, the trust you and Habitat showed each other, though through how you both spoke. I remember Soul's heartbeat and how light and sincere it is. Marine's footsteps as he happily ran around, you, Uncle Marie's indomitable smile. Father Cotemene's suspicious word choices, Da Vinci's wisdom and childlike exuberance. I could go on, but best step here, or we'll be at this all day. My point is, may have volunteered to be your guide, but you are the ones who truly showed me a new world. I enjoyed myself immensely, and that's a good thing. Fun is a good thing. Of course it is, how could it be bad? As long as you're upholding good morals, of course, So please, don't think of your world, your actions as some terrible burden to bear. Haven't we told you before? All the dinos support you, wholeheartedly. We don't hate you. We don't envy you. Yes, it's true, you have. Well, having said all that, I do have some thoughts. I know humankind hasn't had 66 million years to flourish on this planet, but even so, the fact that nothing changed here in all that time makes me sad. With that time, we could have accomplished so much, but we never accomplished anything. So I wonder now, what was it? Was what we had really the best, most peaceful world we could have hoped for? I now think that very way of life was itself wrong. We never did anything good, we just avoided making mistakes. Humans are incapable of choosing the correct answer. This is because even if they make the best choice they can at the time, they will inevitably learn of a better later. There can be no absolutely correct choice for any intelligent beings. Our conclusions will always have mistakes because we are people. We dinos didn't know that. We had no way of knowing that. But now at long last we're able to choose a mistake for ourselves. After 66 million years, we've become the same kind of humanity as you, the kind that reaches for the stars. The same as us, don't be silly. We're the ones who should be striving to follow your example. Then let's learn from each other, the best in each other. I can think of no more indulgent way to evolve. Anyway, I really must be going now. I already told Zo everything I wanted to say to him at Chichen Itza. Thank you for everything, Mash. The very first time we met in my cave, instead of taking up your weapon, you greeted me so openly. That is one of the many things I love about you. Not at all. I was so happy when you responded so kindly in turn. Goodbye, Tepeyu. Thanks so much for being our guide. Aww. Mash. Okay.
What just happened? Did the dinos do that? Or did Tepeyu do that? With the mystic eyes of death perception. No, they're no battle node. Okay. The last of the dinos ran across the red-stained plains. One fell, unable to even get close. One fell trying to save their friend. One fell while relentlessly attacking the enemy's outer shell. One turned immediately after the flying saucer passed over their head, trying and failing to wound it until they too fell. One darted across the sky like lightning, wiping out one of the saucer's infinite lives before their own limbs were torn away. No! One darted across the sky like lightning, wiping out one of the saucer's infinite lives. One. Tepeyu. I'm gonna choose to believe that. One. The dinos did 1 bar. Or rather, Tepeyu did 1 bar. Tepeyu could have done the finishing blow. I'll say that. Tepeyu could have done the finishing blow. And so the dinos' assault ended. The flying saucer continued its way across the plains, unimpeded. Resilient as they were, the dinos didn't die immediately, even after so much of their bodies were ripped to shreds. Instead, they collapsed on the ground, their bodies in tatters, accepting that their lives would end in a few minutes. As they turned their blurry gazes toward the distant red sun with pleading eyes. You could have flipped that thing on its back easily enough, though you still never lifted a finger to help them, right to the end. How does it feel watching the species you've spent your whole existence protecting die out? What, nothing to say? Figures. Well, hey, at least I had fun. You know, after all that complaining by the end, the coop started humming to himself. I didn't even realize I was humming along with him at the first. It was right of the something. Did you talk to the dinos into this? Did you convince them it was better to go out fighting on a hellish battlefield than to face their extinction peacefully? Yeah, I did. Waging a war and losing battles is Tezcatlipoca's job. It's the only way I can demonstrate my divine power. Still, this wasn't nearly enough to satisfy them. 66 million years of Inui is a tough nut to crack. Guess that means I lost, since I couldn't bring them satisfaction through a fight. See you around, Lady Birdbrain. If we ever meet again, we'll have to have a real proxy war. And thus Tezcatlipoca is finally gone from this Lostbelt. Vanguard returning to base. Welcome back, everyone. You've done a great job keeping pressure on ORT. Thanks to your efforts, we have a real shot at taking it out. The plan is currently in its final stages. Our primary cannon, the Hume barrel ray proof, is almost done charging. The moment ORT comes within 30 kilometers of the storm border, we'll spin up the virtual Triton engines 5 and 6. We will then stabilize the void space power supply and enter firing mode. We'd like all of you to stand by in the command room until then. In fact, we're not planning on any further close engagements with that thing. The blast will either hit it or it won't. Must you be so cavalier about such a horrifying prospect? What's to stop us from spinning up engines 5 and 6 now? I can't possibly be the only one who wants to avoid an engine failure right at the most crucial moment, can I?
Believe me, I wish we could, but the primary cannon's effective firing range is limited. According to Tristan Majesties II's calculations, ORT must be within 10 kilometers for us to land an effective blow. Because ORT is capable of regenerating itself from as little as a massive handful of cells, we have to completely vaporize it in a single shot. So that's why we can't go full power right off the bat? Okay, I get it. But what do we do if ORT has an attack capable of destroying the storm border and more than 10 kilometers away?
What does that look supposed to mean? Then we'll just have to trust luck. Say something. Are you sure there's nothing we can do? Is this really no way to defend ourselves if ORT makes the first move?
No, we simply cannot maneuver while the primary cannon is deployed. Our only option is to rely on Magecraft and our armor platings, electromagnetic barriers, to protect us. Naturally, we do have enough resources to stockpile to use those projections, but if ORT exceeds our projections, we'll be done for. I'm afraid you'll just have to accept that, Gordolf. We've done everything we can. The cards have been dealt, and it's time to play our hand.
All right, Captain. If you say there's nothing more to be done, then I take your word for it. Very well, then. Everyone take your seats. Win or lose, laugh or cry, this will be our final stand. If there's anything you've left undone, now's the time to do it. ORT certainly isn't going to wait for you to get back from a bathroom break.
ORT has crossed the plain. 33 kilometers to go until it reaches Chichen Itza. 32. 30. Okay, it's less than 30 meters away. Now. Copy that, engine room? Alright, it's about time. Firing engines 1, 2, and virtual engines 5 and 6. Engines 3 and 4 have been diverted to power our defenses, so there won't be a second shot. Don't miss, Marine. Don't worry, I won't. ORT is a much, much bigger target than the foreign god. So this is it. We're keeping the sun at our back, so ORT will be coming right for us. Now it's all down to whether it has some way of attacking us for more than 10 kilometers or not. ORT's 23 kilometers away. 21. 19. The hell is it picking up speed? What's it planning to do? Body slam the storm border? No, that can't be right. Even ORT can't possibly cross 10 kilometers in a matter of a sec. You jinxed it, Monier. Okay, we got an emergency, people. ORT's internal cellular mass is growing rapidly. Looks like we've got a metal plate. We have a medical tentacle heading our way. This one probably can extend up to 20 kilometers.
A tentacle, not a body slam. Oh, crap. It's coming right for us. Captain Evasive Maneuvers. We've fought those things before, more times than I can count. Armor's useless against them. The moment they touch you, they absorb you.
Electromagnetic barrier is up to maximum. Deflect that thing before it can touch the hull. We're managing to deflect it, but it's not letting up. Engine 3 is going to overheat if this keeps up. That's fine. 5 more seconds until we're clear to fire. Can you make a U-turn after firing the torpedo? Well, we could, but it would put a lot of strain on the ship, so we'd rather save it for a last resort. For the moment, I'm trusting in a very capable ally to get us through this. Authorized QP transfer to Type 79 Tomomo tank. Open the hatch. We're giving Koyan QP. Whoa, she had a hidden tank.
There we go. I've been waiting for you to agree to the terms of our business agreement. Now let me show you the chart I've been building with the supplies I still borrowed. Behold, the Calamity Dispensing Shrine, Type 79, Miklon Special. This is what I'll be using to keep your assets secure.
So that's where she's been. I was wondering why we haven't seen her around.
Oh, okay, my little temp employees. Just follow the instructions in the manual like I showed you. The Deinonychus brothers! Hell yeah, Bix is going on. Just gave our first order. Okay, bros, everyone in position. Yay, now we can finally help Soul's gang for real. That makes all the secret work we've been doing in the jungle since Big Sis recruited us worthwhile. Are the people on Stormborder hearing this too? They are. Great. I told you we'd turn things around in overtime, remember? Now watch as we score the game-changing goal. Death rolling. The Deinonychus brothers, you're alive. It was damn close, but we've always been good at pretending to be down for the count. Glad to hear you're sounding so happy, Big Sis Mash. Okay, bros, time to start shooting up a storm. Don't let a single one of those gross-looking things get past you. We gotta intercept them all. They're shooting down the tentacles. Oh, this is a cinematic shot. RT has crossed the 20-kilometer mark. 18, 16, 14, 20 seconds until it reaches effective firing range. Open anti-threat response valve. Set magical energy circulation to full speed. Spectre, increase pressure on the bow. Margin of error correction on. Shiba firing safety off. Target locked acquired on ORT center.
Oh, we can do this. We can actually do this.
RT has entered effective firing range. Captain, fire. Cutscene? Cutscene. Okay, here we go. Oh, that must be its quote-unquote heart, I'm guessing? Or brain? It's trying to put up defenses? It made our bullet fucking curve. You're not supposed to curve bullets! What? A space storm, but we destroyed the organ and used it to create those. Oh crap. ORT's internal mass and gravitational generation have doubled. I think that's its next generation organ. If I'm reading it right, it didn't just regrow the organ, it upgraded the damn thing. What's more, it's using the leftover cells to reform those spidery appendages. Back to square one. No, it didn't evade the shot completely. It just managed to bend the ray-proof trajectory. Sion recalculated a trajectory that'll land a direct hit even through the gravity field, and Dream start preparing a second shot. We can't back off. If ORT closes the distance and reclaims the sun, we'll never be able to win. I told you it's impossible. Even if I run the engines into the ground, it'll still take 2 minutes to recharge. ORT's getting closer and it's still generating that storm. 9, 8, 7. The storm's already rocking us like crazy. I can't keep the ship stable. Now I'll go out there. Alright, it's up to me. Don't even think about it. The whole area out there is bathed in cosmic rays. Even your mystic codes can't guarantee your safety. We'll have to retreat and escape Miklon, but then what do we do? Damn it, I can't believe we have all this time to prepare and there's still nothing we can do. If only we could buy enough time for a second shot. I understand you're one move away from victory. As it happens, I have a proposal that might just be of help. Care to hear it? Rasputin, how the fuck did you get on our ship? Wait, this means Olga Marie's gonna help. Rah, rah, Rasputin. Okay, so Olga Marie's gonna help. Okay, that's... I kind of don't want her to be the final... Okay. Alright, the question is this the final arrow or not? There's still one more arrow, but it's on its last bar. You'll form your party immediately before the battle begins. Hang on. It is. The raid retry button's gone. I just looked in the corner, but the raid retry button is gone, so this is the final shot. Did you just time stop us, Kotamine? Goodness, commendable reaction speed, Captain Nemo.
but I suggest you stand down. That time is presently stopped does not mean you are not running out of it. This is one of the Foreign God's 7 super authorities, the Tachyon Jail, and it won't last very long. Tachyon manipulation, so it's not just time itself it's stopped, rather we're moving faster than time. That's right, Sion. Incidentally, the Foreign God named this authority herself. I wish to be perfectly clear on that point. I had no part in naming it. Can the pointless chatter. Get what I sent you to do. Get to what I sent you to do, Rasputin. It's you, Olga Marie. Director, you came back. Didn't I tell you I'm not about to spend my time in this Lostbelt watching you Earthlings breathe your last? The people of proper human history have things they need to answer for in proper human history, even if their world has been bleached. Good point, then I'll keep this brief. In consequence of David Symboid's machinations, ORT is presently relying on the Foreign God's heart to power itself. It would be a disgrace to her divine reputation if she were to return to the surface without reclaiming it. As such, the Foreign God has decided she is willing to join forces with Chaldea against the common enemy. Done. Tell me what I gotta do and I'll do it.
God, fool, why would you agree to their proposal without even hearing their terms?
Soul's right, this is our only shot. Okay, Father, what exactly does this joining forces entail here? We will maintain this faster than space-time, provide the power needed for a second ray-proof. In exchange, we would like you to defeat ORT's real body and give us the right to use the ray-proof for ourselves. Oh, come on, don't tell us to defeat ORT like it's nothing. Don't you think we'd have done that already if we could? True, attacking an ORT in normal space-time via normal means a losing proposition, given its ability to regenerate faster than you can destroy it. But what if you were to attack it here in this time-accelerated space? Oh, yes, that would work since ORT's on the verge of collapse. That'll be enough to push it over the edge. What about supplying us with power? How's that going to work? I thought something like this might happen, so I took the liberty of clandestinely modifying the Stormborder's charging mechanism. You should find there's now a pipeline to provide magical energy to the engine directly from the outside. Yep, there sure is. I didn't pay attention to it earlier because I thought Da Vinci added it. So it was actually your secret little gift to us all along, huh, Quintamene? Say, depending on you use that, couldn't you use it to blow us up?
It was strictly for insurance purposes, Soul. Remember, this is an emergency. Let's not dwell on triviality, shall we? Now then, the moment you defeat ORT, the Foreign God will undo the time acceleration. Then use all of her considerable magical energy to fire the rayproof and obliterate ORT from this planet. That is our proposal. I trust you find it acceptable. Of course, this would require that Master Soul go out on deck and command his servants directly.
I'll do it. Right, honored to join you, Master.
The mere actions demonstrate your sincerity, brave youths, and may God's protection be with you.
I can't see any other option. Alright, then, Soul, Mash, give ORT hell. But don't forget, even with the time dilation, that space storm is still alive and well, so make sure to settle this quickly and get back here as soon as possible.
We'll back you guys up as best we can, too. I'll start by diverting Trismegistes' second's computational abilities to the summoning ritual. This way, you'll be able to pseudo-summon any servant you want on top of the Stormborder, even the ones whose ghost layers were absorbed by ORT. Remember, this is going to be the true final showdown between ORT and humanity. So... Oh no. Make sure you pull out all the stops and show Olga Marie how you really can do it. I didn't do the count. If I quit now, will I be able to do the count? Does anybody know? If my data lost is gone, I'm gonna have to go back, aren't I? Okay, you can count in your video later. Yeah, I can. It's gonna have to be that. That's gonna have to be what it is. That's gonna have to be what it is. I'm gonna have to count in the video later and make some kind of note. Alright. Final battle. MP damage up. Where's my MP damage? MP strength. Black Grail. Nope, wrong filter. We need Cass. We need Scotty. Disable. We need Cass. We need Scotty. Mash is coming along. Because she said she wanted to be here. Just in case she ends up having to be the backliner. And let's bring in Waver as well. This is our setup. Let's roll.
So ORT is essentially time stopped. But not really. We're just moving faster than normal. Okay, we have a Melt Brave Chain. Excellent start. Our expression is still fierce. Alright, Melt. We know you can do at least 1.5 million damage. With just the NP. 1.9, that is almost 2 million damage. That was excellent, Melt. Oh, if that Buster had crit at the end there. Pulsating variable. Class change. Okay, didn't look like anything changed. Oh, it's a caster now. Now it's changed. Dark Matter Plankton. Alright. Melt. Finish this. No. Don't hold back full throttle. What the fuck? Is Da Vinci gonna try and... Is Da Vinci kill stealing? Da Vinci just tried to kill steal. What the frick was that? Da Vinci just tried to kill steal. But no, I did not use a teapot. Melt is the only one that could have benefited from it. Okay. This must be its vulnerable state. Hey, our Mystic Code finally leveled up! 500,000 Master and Mystic Code XP. Hot damn. And 100 million QP. Okay. If there was one arrow left, that's probably going to be the conclusion to this ORT fight. And setting up for the Kukulkan fight. Yolka Marie. Good, the conditions have been met. Now stand back, I'll take it from here. Got it? I'll go back to the ship so I don't get blown away. Wait, no, I didn't mean for you to go back inside. I meant you should find a safe place on the deck. You can't pass up a chance to witness the gallantry of Earth's ruler in person, and you stay right there and watch me. Thanks. Glad to see you again. Yeah, that figures. Of course that's the color you people will be showing right to the end. And since this is a special occasion, I'll even make use of your Earth tools. Initiating magical energy provision. Instantaneous charging Grey Proof. Well, aren't you going to say something? This is it, you know. I didn't want to interrupt. Who cares? Just cheer me on. You're as clueless as they come, Soul. I guess that's okay, though. I'm only here to keep a promise. You're probably wondering why I'm doing all this, aren't you? You didn't kill Protea in the first Underworld, or Benny Emma in the second. You knew they were monsters, and you accepted them anyway. Well, that's why. It's such an annoying way to do things, but you'd better not stop. Also, one last thing. I was too scared to ask this before, but I guess it's now or never, I guess. Who was Olga Marie anyway? Did I used to be Kalea's director? She's sacrificing herself. You were a little awkward, but you were still a great director. I see. That's a nice dream. I just wish I could have done a better job. She's sacrificing. This is all the hallmarks of it. No dodging this, ORT. So the combined power of Lord knows how many servants, a mystic eyes of death user, 3 goddesses of the underworld beyond their full power, and a foreign god with a star-class spirit origin are what it takes to defeat a lesser version of ORT. I do not know how they're going to top this. Like, from fight perspective, the ORT fight has been the most intense series of battles they've done. ORT's gone. It's really gone. I need you to come through, Olgamari. Director. Yep. Sacrifice play. Mingrim, do you read me? I need to scan the surrounding area. I don't see Director Olgamari anywhere. That blast must have knocked her back down to the... Mash, I hate to say this, but I've completely lost her signal. We confirmed her spirit origin vanished as she fired the ray proof. It's obvious what you think about it. Not even the foreign god could use that much energy without any consequences. Not without her heart. Well, aren't you going to say something? This is it, you know. Yeah, she was calling it. Kukulakan? I mean, it shouldn't be that bad. No, that can't be right. We finally found her again. We were finally talking and laughing together. Senpai. She did keep her promise. In the end, she did protect the Earth. Yep. We got the conclusion arrow, and then we're done. We're gonna finish... If the Lostbelt is... Obviously, the Lostbelt is not done here, because there was still... We don't get the Grail from this. We're gonna do the conclusion arrow, and then we are done for the day. We will finish this tomorrow. Why is her expression still so intense? Mystery class, right. Final arrow of section 22, I think it was. This has been such a long section, I forgot what number it is. Let's go back to the command room, Mash. You're right, the battle's over now. Neither I nor the Stormborder have any strength left to spare. More than anything, I'm worried about you, Master. You've never fought so long without rest before. You should have Nurse take a look at you, then get some well-deserved rest. I guess, yeah, the Temple of Time probably was a shorter battle, all things considered, because we weren't directly commanding all the servants there. Honestly, I'm so tired, can't even walk. Can you give me a... mind if I lean on your shoulder? Yeah, that's better. Yes, of course, let's go back to celebrate our victory. Cuckoo? Hey, hang on, some crazy powerful summoning ritual just started. Someone call for a servant? Trismegistus 2 says it's getting the heck out of there right now. Trismegistus II is speaking. Misappropriation of proper human history reflections. Overview of 300 million years of this lost human history. These have been used to construct a new virtual heroic spirit form. Biological classification 1 radiant thing. Grand servant class foreigner. You have got to be fucking kidding me. ORT summoning is imminent. You've got to be kidding me. It fucking summoned itself. Summon? Does this mean ORT learned our summoning ritual right before it was erased? And built a virtual future where it could summon itself as a heroic spirit? Motherfucker. It absorbed so many servants. It's because it absorbed servants, it learned how to summon. It reconstructed its own throne of heroes with only itself. It is the throne of heroes of Nahui Miklan only contains ORT. Only one thing's the only true monster we've seen. About surface armor is peeled away. One layer of internal armor is warped and malfunctioning. Ionized particle bursts incoming. Solar wind doesn't seem to have the same impact as the supercell, but at point blank range we have no way to stop or evade it. Chubbs.
I know. Bridge, get us out of here. Rapid descent. Emergency turn. I don't care if we've got no one left who can fight. Damn it, his Catlapoga's future was right after all. That thing is simply too much for humans to deal with.
It's no use. The ship doesn't have anything left to give. It's not taking all we have just to stay in air. Captain Sion, what do we do?
Save the whining for later. All Marines man the weapons. This ORT may not be the same as the original. Try hitting it with Spiriton torpedoes. Throw them at it if you have to. Soul Mash, get off the deck and inside the ship now. Its new humanoid ORT is going to make contact with you in only 10 seconds. Master, hold on to my shoulder. Don't worry about me. Just go, Mash.
Absolutely not.
ORT, one radiant thing. And here cometh the death. Oh. Or not. She's made a choice. She's made a choice. My opinion has shifted. New spirit origin detected. Wow, did you see that? It flew in at supersonic speed and didn't even make a sonic boom. How did it fly over here without breaking the air barrier? Who is that anyway?
That's...
Cuckoo Locken. Okay, I'm here. Sorry it took me so long. Interesting ascension outfit.
Oh, right. I should be identified now.
You will come no further, visitor from the void.
6 million years ago, you consumed the space tree. Since then, you've served as Mictlan's foundation. But now, my compatriot, you have become our terror and extinction. I shall soon pass judgment on you. Your claw shall not touch proper human history. I, Kukulakan, god of the sun, shall annihilate you. You put up such an amazing fight. Are you still breathing, Tepeyu? Oh, you are watching us. That wasn't very nice of you. You know, before today, I had never once taken part in battle. It was a novel experience. I even surprised myself at how well I handled it, but it's really quite painful. I must say, dying hurts. It's also quite frightening. But you know, just learning that for myself makes this effort all worthwhile. I've been so preoccupied with theoretical applications that I almost made a dreadful mistake. Thank goodness. Regardless of the reason, I'm so glad I didn't drag Shkish with me to this fate. I see. Thank you for your insight. I'll preserve them for posterity. The last of the Yaklema fell a while ago. My role here is now over. The dinos who went back to the jungle have entered the Eternal Rest too. You and your compatriots are the last ones left. Once I've observed your final moments, I'll cease functioning as well. ORT will head to the surface and fracture the planet, and the Mala will then wait for new life to be born on that fractured surface. That is the cycle of extinction. Congratulations on a life well lived. Why, thank you. I'm breathing my last, so that's nice to hear. I'll probably be gone before the sun goes out for good. Is that all you have to say? You and your compatriots are the last of the dinos. If you have any last requests, I'll fulfill them as best I can. Tepeyu? I'm sorry for the mess. It seems that this is what happens when you laugh with only one lung. You're so expressive now. You were never like this before. You never so much as batted an eye when we saw the future of Mexico City or when Chichen Itza was attacked. At first I thought you lacked the capability to feel grief, but now I see you simply did not yet have a means to express it. You must not have known how you should behave at the time. But now you look so much more natural. The expressions you once imitated have become your own. Didn't Shkish also say it's sad to be during sad times? Don't be ridiculous. That would be a height of inhumanity and cruelty. I did nothing at all to save you. I was just the arbiter who watched things play out from on high. For me to grieve your deaths now would be unforgivable. Unforgivable? Who would deny their forgiveness? The dinos? The Mala? So what? Who cares? None of that has anything to do with how you feel. You've been repressing your feelings for some time, Kukulakan. Don't you think it's time to let yourself be free? Don't worry about us. Please, just do what you feel like doing. For that matter, standing back and letting someone else handle this would be wrong. It's your mess to clean up. Oh, then you really did know Tepeyu. Of course I did. I knew right from the start. Which is also why I know you're the only refusing to let yourself go help them because you feel guilty. If you're going to sleep at anyway, you should do so feeling relieved, not stressed. I would much rather you see us off with a smile than a grimace. Are you sure? Is it really okay for the teaching of the sun to start doing what she wants at this point? Of course it is, though if I may, I would like to make one request. Please, let us go out with one last dream. Since we never created any stories of our own, we'd like you to show us a form that would take our breath away. Since we won't be leaving anything else behind, that would be our first and final myth. pay you. Never truly supported the Chaldeans, even after seeing proper human history or heroic spirits for myself. You were the ones I loved, you and everything else that lived in Mictlan. The ones who loved me and called me their friend, even though I was a false son. So this is truly what you want. Then I will gladly become this Lostbelt's god. I am Kukulkan the Winged Serpent, and the avatar of the Golden Sea of Trees. Now I shall go and steal my heart. The dinos sprawled on the ground, gazed up at the trail left in the sky. It was as though they were looking at a beautiful star for the first time, one that felt oddly familiar. Despite being on the brink of death, they still cheered and watched the shooting star go on its way. They relished the joy of being alive and tallied their regrets of their impending death would bring. Even though proper human history was as foreign to them as a Lostbelt is to humankind, they still prayed for its future as if it were their own, as they closed their eyes one last time. The fifth extinction drew near. Soon the sun born in the depths of the earth would illuminate the world once again. A golden pair of wings streaked across the sunset sky. And so the Lostbelt, which lacked any stories to tell, finally birthed a god of its very own. You look incredible, Cuckoo. Alright. I've been secretly gathering stories about proper human history Quetzalcoatl for a long time now. And since I'm her biggest fan, I knew I had to go for the mantle and feathered headdress, yes. I mean, stop screwing around and let's take this seriously, Mr. Chaldea. There's a title that'll preserve your divine dignity. That thing is ORT's ghost line. It's of itself using the remaining of its own dead cells as the catalyst. It is no longer a living creature. It is simply a mechanism for preserving this Lostbelt. Since it is a product of Mictlan, it's only right that Mictlan should take responsibility for it. I cannot allow that thing to roam free, even if it means the end of this world. So I ask that you fight by my side this one last time. Lostbelt or not, Kukulkan's wings exist to help those who dream of a better future. We're gonna go same verse as the first. It's a grand foreigner, something I thought was gonna be, Abby. But you know what? There can be more than one grand servant per class. Oh, that's pathetic HP. ORT. Third extermination, dig 3. What did you just gain? Resistance to all attack. Decrease HP for the enemies at the end of each turn. That's kind of devastating. I think I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm going to try going all in, see where that gets me. Because I do not know how big of a resistance that damage resistance is. So we will just go all in, balls to the walls. QQA. We do not need a melt break. We do not need a mighty chain here for 100,000. I don't think, at least. Okay, yeah, melt's got this. Has one-shot stacks at the later phases, so prep for that. Lovely. 150. Book of Genesis. Starring Invade. Did you just Book of Genesis me? Field characteristics in field will not change for 3 turns. That's nothing. Art Seal, though, is a little bit more annoying. Same second verse, same as the first. Wipe this bar. Mighty Heart Antibite. Oh, thank you!
That's actually very useful. Golden Sea of Trees Miklon. Paradigm Infraction. He also removed our Art Seal. Okay. HP loss is no big deal. We do not have a Melt Brave chain, or any kind of chain, but 200k should be doable for Melt. I'm gonna save that. We're gonna go doot.deet. As long as it does not buff cleanse. This evasion should give us through this turn. This should wipe this bar. And this should protect us for 3 hits from the next turn. $250. Century of Paradise Dinos. Ether Drinker. Didn't seem to do anything. You Pierce Invincibility, son of a biscuit. Okay. Now we're in the straights here. Can I... If I swap out... Who do I swap? Swap Cass. Doot. Melt's damage is gonna start dropping just because she doesn't have a lot of buffs going on her. But she still hits like a truck. Good. Century of Darkness, Con. It just put itself to sleep. And, okay, it's at its weakest right now. I would love to stall this out. Until I can get some buffs going here, but... Oh, right, sleep ends as soon as, you deal damage. I forgot about that. Whoopsie. It only gets 1 attack. Okay. Get the evasion. It does not have Pierce Invincibility anymore. So... That's something. Get a heal going. And... Arch Lead. We have NP ready. Mighty Heart Antibody. Thank you, Kukulakan. 300k. Century of Jaguars. Akalema. Solar Storm. You removed some buffs, I saw that. You remove buffs just in general now when attacking. Lovely. But that's fine. Melt Brave. Also, Genesis, Dinos, Dark, Leopard. So it is actually, this is really a culmination of all of the time in Nahui Miklon. All the time in Miklon is being represented by ORT here. That's honestly kind of cool. Not gonna lie. It's kind of frustrating that it fucking summoned itself, but still cool at the same time. Well, it crosses the boundaries. Chaldea! Oh, that's good. Oh. You give buffs to us when you KO a servant. Interesting. Kind of sad that Melt does not get an NP, but Mash does have a Buster Smack. We do not need the invincibility. Okay. Will mash get the killing blow. It's got some high damage resistance. Yeah, it's got too much damage resistance here, it seems. There goes Waver. What, don't you have anything better to do? Hey, Waver had a line! That's kind of cool. Oh, we're getting permanent buffs here. I just saw that these buffs are permanent. Okay, that's cool. Get some stars here. It has one special resistance general buff. So what we'll do here is this. Come on. Make some buffs, that's good. 100. It's so alive! This last phase is its most tanky. Starring Invasion. I'm sorry! There is no way! What the... What? What the frick was that? It just deleted Nash's health bar even though it hit invincibility. One shot of Dax indeed. I didn't know that was quite literally just like, essentially, I'm going to inflict death. It essentially just inflicts death, is what it comes down to. And now it is Melt alone against ORT Xibalba. Well, it's a good thing that Melt is my strongest servant. Wish I could have Melt out at it, but in the end, one Radiant thing could not handle me. Or handle Chaldea, rather. Another 10,000 bond. And another 500,000 XP. And 7 Grail tiers. That's cool. Okay. Whew. Please tell me that's it for ORT now. Although, now I really don't know how this Lostbelt's going to conclude. Light is converging. Because Kukulak is clearly on our side now. Report. Virtual heroic spirit form Spirit Origin has been destroyed. Warning. Approach of foreign life form detected. Lostbelt records are being inserted into the space-time continuum. Paradox effect-based infliction confirmed. Evasive star cell colony incoming. Zone of origin redefined to 14.6 billion years of observable universe. ORT's arrival is imminent. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. It's not possible for us to defeat it? No, that invader may be a variant that originated in this Lostbelt, but Chaldea still defeated it. The reason ORT refuses to stay gone is that some part of it still exists. The sun. Please, let me handle it. This is the job I was meant to do. So because a part of it still exists, it's gonna keep coming back. ORT, Invader from the Void, you and I have long shared a mutual codependence. You consumed the Tree of Emptiness to extend your lifespan, and we used your heart to prolong this world's existence. Erasing you now will also mean erasing this Lostbelt. However, I cannot force the future Tezcatlipoca showed us at the Altar of Sun upon proper human history. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Now allow me to state the Mala's will. This is the end of Mictlan. After 66 million years of raising life in this underground world, the answer we've arrived at is... This was a good world, but it was not the only way forward. We recognize that now. We realize we were halting the development of this planet's species. Extinction comes for everything. You are a living creature, and so are no exception, regardless of what your environment or ecosystem may be. Now know this. This sun is your heart, and the embryo from which I was born. She's part ORT. That's what it is. I'm Kukulakan, the one born from the sun. I, too, am a part of you. That's why she had the jade aesthetic. And now I shall return this body to the sun to finally destroy you. Interstellar engine heart, activate. The wind comes down from the heavens, and the stars fall from the cosmos. Only ORT can defeat ORT. We have no right to feed on this planet. This is the end, ultimate one. I mean, we did beat ORT's ass quite a bit, but we could not put it down for good, I guess. Beat the weakened level 1 ORT, we needed his heart. It's so dumb how OP it is. Yeah, I mean, Nasu did call it the optional super boss of the Type Moonverse. So, checks out. And so with its role fulfilled, the sun was extinguished. The Tree of Emptiness Sea returned to the realm of theory, just as the dinos remaining on the plains were about to breathe their last. Oh, the stars. For the last 10 seconds of his life, the sage gazed up at the newly sunless underground. This entire world was merely a cosmic fantasy, an extraneous period of time that was meant to have been pruned away long ago. Eventually, it will be gone from everyone's memories, forgotten. The dinos have lived here for 66 million years, a staggeringly long period of time. They are part of an empty history that will leave nothing at all behind. We never stood it. If it wasn't that much weakened, we never would have stood a chance. True. And I prove Zahak wrong. I handled this pretty damn well. I handled the ORT fight pretty damn well. I barely used my high rarity servants. Be that as it may, our lives were nonetheless beautiful. Even if we never got a happy ending. Even if we were no more than fiction. Even if we were no more than phantasms or fabrications. We were made, and so we will never truly disappear. Now that we have a dream, we'll leave an indelible mark on the boundary. A mark that will endure on this universe forever and ever. Even if I no longer have anything left to read, even if we never made anything of value, even if this passion should cool and fade. The sage cracked a smile, secure in the knowledge that what could have been was not meaningless after all. Tepeo. Oh my, I can't believe it. They even got the stun to pitch in and help them win. I never thought I would see a Lostbelt king end their own Lostbelt. If that's what she chose, I'm not sure where that leaves me.
Why you say that, big sis? 'Cause you weren't much help?
Are you blind, you nincompoop? Of course I was helpful. Besides, NFF Services was never meant to be a star player. Our forte has always been staying in the shadows, helping people live their best lives. And that's exactly what I did this time as well. My client's survival is all I could ask for. I still plan on having a great deal of fun with Chaldea in the future, after all.
Now I see, you merchants of death sure get some nasty ideas. No wonder you're not sure where this leaves you. Yeah, you came out of the shadows even though your job was already done.
Or simply, how many built units do you have except for the final fight? They're pretty much an account check. True.
But you know, you're starting to sparkle and fade away. Did some of you gonna die here, big sis?
Not to worry, this is just me making my servant exit. I'm under no obligations to cooperate if it means dying myself. What about all of you? It won't be long before McClellan disappears too.
Good question, since we're all in Chichen Itza anyways. We gotta get in one last Coke game. Since there's 4 of us left, we can play 2-on-2 until the ritual until the end. We've always lived our lives so we could do what we want to do until the world ends, and we're not gonna stop now.
I see, that makes sense. A wild stallion can't help but gallop across the plains to the end. Life is at its best, not when we're under the yoke of another, but when we're pursuing our own joy.
You said it. Anyway, we don't want to waste any time, so we're gonna get going. Bye-bye. Bye, big sis Toctli.
Dino-Nyctus bros. ORT is the strongest being in all of Type Moon. Honestly, I would want the fight to be even harder. Like, I need to use at least 100 servants. Otherwise, if we throw every single heroic spirit, ORT would destroy them without even thinking. Well, then it seems my work is done. I'm sure there are, like, if we brought out the actual beings and not just the shadows that are the servants, I'm sure some of them could maybe stand up. Like, you know, Ashtart, a literal galaxy, probably could handle ORT. Oh man, I actually blew up the sun. It looks like I destroyed all the Trees of Emptiness in McClellan too. Oh well, nothing to be done about it. Anyway, I know this Lostbelt's going to disappear now, but that doesn't mean I did it to help proper human history. I'm a free-spirited alien. Don't go thinking of me as a friend of humanity, okay? You're a friend of humanity. Isn't that just a fact by this point? Yes, it is. You've never been our enemy, Kukulakan. Not for a second. It was amazing how you were completely on our side. You've been incredibly helpful, Lostbelt King. Oh, come on. Surely you must have wondered whether I was your enemy or your friend at some point, right?
Oh, right. We didn't fight even a single time, did we? That's really kind of a shame, yes? But I guess that just can't be helped. After all, you once said, Kugelakan has a duty to protect Miklan because she's the king of this Lostbelt. Determined expression. But she's also not the type to hate someone just because they're technically a foreign enemy. Even more determined expression. Alright, Kadak told me all about it, so how could I go and attack someone who thinks that about me?
Pretty sure that's not how I looked when I said it.
Honestly, instead of attacking you, I wish I could go with you, but I'm this Lostbelt's god. So I won't be keeping you here or accompanying you on your journey. I'm Kugelakan, this world's son and god who created Miklan, and the one who destroyed it. So now that my job is done, I want to stay here and watch over this sea of trees until it's completely covered in darkness. Still, that being said, I did just make my divine debut. So you might end up summoning me as a servant after you get back onto the surface, yes? That's how a proper human history system works, right? You share your intellectual properties, regardless of what it is. As a people, you both use and squander a ton of resources, all so you can reach your final destination.
I'll do my best to make that happen.
Anyway, I'd better get going. Alright, I almost forgot. The Mala may have all died out by now, but I still want to pass on their last consensus. We'll be rooting for you. This isn't because you were present for Miklan's final moments. It's because it's only natural for living things to cheer for people who are still in the middle of their journey. Alright, goodbye again, for real this time. May you all grow as much as possible and go as far as you can. And may your path be as blessed as you could ever hope. That was our dream back in the ancient past, and it remains our dream for the distant future. For the journey of a life will continue forever and ever, shining with golden splendor. There she goes.
Servants is just the third magic, true. Darkness is taking Miklan. Somber moment, but this is not a genocide we caused, at least. I can see the jungle growing dark. We didn't cause this genocide, at least. This is at David's hands. David caused this genocide. Now that the sun is gone, gravity is starting to fluctuate. The storm border is already headed up to the first stratum, and the surface beyond. It's a shame to part ways like this, but it seems the jungle is... Senpai. Senpai? Yeah, it makes sense that we're gonna pass out after all that. It makes sense that we would pass out after all that strain of fighting ORT. I see. Well, while we do have this, we do have a meeting with the scam artist here, we're not doing it today. I've been going for almost 5.5 hours. My head is starting to hurt, as is my throat and voice. So, I think I'm going to call this stream of FGO here. We will hopefully finish Lostbelt 7, Nahui Miklan, tomorrow. Probably going to be, again, early, like, noonish stream, is what my guess is. But, yeah, that is for tomorrow. For now, I have been Soulrack Dragon. I hope you've all enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same games. There's plenty of content for all to enjoy, including the next part for this Lostbelt, because if you subscribe, you'll see when those come out. But once again, thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you for your support as I slogged through the battle against ORT. Have a fantastic evening, everybody.